Hi everyone, so the video I'm doing today I am so excited about because I did not intend to actually buy the cheapest polygel possible. It was basically a situation where I wanted to match the color scheme in my little workstation and have quality packaging. I hate tacky packaging. However, there was another company that did have better packaging, except they didn't have as many color choices, so I opted to go with this place because it was my second runner-up for packaging. I did find out later, though, that this was probably the cheapest polygel that I have seen posted so far. I paid $25.48 for these 6, which averages out to about $4.25. When I added in the other 3 items that I needed, which are dual forms, slip solution, the dual brush with the spatula, that's when the price dropped to about $3.78. I think it was, let me see, altogether the total would have been $34.08. Now, I had a coupon, so my cost was obviously less. And currently on AliExpress, there's a promotion where if you log in today and you continue to log in daily, you will get a coupon to use on AliExpress. I have not used the coupon, so I don't know what the restrictions are, but there's always coupons available, especially for new users. So there's always ways to get this cost down in some way or another. Now, I'm going to try to make this video as comprehensive and as short as possible, but I have a lot of information to cover because I know that there are people out here that are not familiar with polygel, and me as a person that doesn't really like polygel, I want to make sure that I cover certain bases so that if any tips or tricks I know would help someone, I feel like that would make this video so much better. So I'm going to try my best to keep it as short as possible. I don't know how to time it or to timestamp things so that you guys can skip through. Let's see, where do I begin? I don't know where I want to begin. I will say though, as far as this particular brand, most of these people are now drop shippers, or they're replicating polygel in some way. It's very, very, very similar. I don't know the chemical breakdown of polygel to the T, but it's very similar in composition and feel and texture, as well as color, to polygel itself. Now, Maxistrata, Madame Glam, and a couple other brands have their own polygel, but they're sourcing from places that make these types of polygel, if not the same places that make these polygel. So they're very similar, if not identical in composition. So I will say, for the $4.24 that you pay for each one of these, it is definitely worth it if you are already using another brand where it's a little bit more money. This lip solution is very lightly fragranced, but it smells like a fruity hair conditioner. It smells like something I know I have used before, and obviously that product most likely came from China, so I thought it was really weird how they're so similar. I mean, like, spot on, the scent is the exact same. I just cannot put my finger on what the smell is. It was $2.25. I liked this because not only was it attractive as far as packaging, it was very affordable. I don't remember the cost of this brush, but it was also very affordable. Like I said, when you break it all down, all 9 items, including these dual forms, it was $3.78 per item without a coupon. And I thought that this was funny. This kind of goes to show you how much of a language barrier is between us and other countries. The instructions on the front of these dual forms, or poppets, I know they're called different things in different places. The instructions on these dual forms indicate that you use these like regular tips, and you do not. But the weird part is the illustrations on the inside do show that this is for polygel of some sort. Why it's purple, I don't know. I assume some new colors are going to be coming soon. Or the pictures are off and it's just one of these translucent, transparent pinks. But they do work. They are reusable for personal use. You don't want to reuse these on clients, family, friends. It's just not sanitary, and it's probably against the law in most places. Now, the texture of this stuff is very sticky. I don't like it simply because it's very difficult to work with. I've gotten so used to acrylic and gel that changing and having to go through another learning curve is just not something that I am interested in doing right now. I just did this for the video. Doing something like a French baby boomer or an ombre, oh my god, it is awful because you're having to build your tip, and then you're having to go back and build part of the fade that goes before the tip, and then you have to go back in the process curing all of this, you have to go back and make it flush with your cuticle and build an apex. So to me, I feel like that's too many extra steps. It doesn't play well all the time. And I need to take a quick break. Hold on, I gotta grab something. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Now, these dual forms make this process so simple. This brush is not conducive to sculpting with Polygel. But I don't really use this brush a whole lot. I will show you one of the tricks I have found with the spatula and using these dual forms. Just squeeze out a little bit. Make sure you get some type of lock to go on the back of this. I will link one that I found below. I didn't like the colors too much. They were too bright pink for me, but you need something because it will, I don't know about this one. This one seems like it's pretty much on there. The seal is pretty tight, but for some brands, especially for brands that didn't really do a good job on that back end seal, that can and will pop open, and you'll end up having to like cure the back end of that Polygel just to try to keep it on the inside. Now this is one of the tricks I have learned with this little spatula and these dual forms. You take it and you pull it back, and you can continue to do this. It doesn't have to be perfect. If for some reason you're not getting everything where you want it, you take your slip solution, you want to try to drain out as much as you can because it can bleed these colors. And you just work it around, you pat it around. It doesn't have to be perfect because once you put it on your nail, it'll become smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect or pretty or anything. You just press it around where you want it to go. And another cool trick I've learned with this spatula is wiping it with any type of cloth. I don't care if you use acetone or 91% isopropyl alcohol. It's messy and it's a pain. So what I do is I take and I cure this. And it doesn't matter if it's on my fingers. It doesn't matter if it's on the spatula. I cure this and then I can pop this right out. I'm going to try to speed this up because I'm nearing the end of my 10 minutes. Where did my nail go? I don't know where my swatch stick went. So you take it, and this is another thing. You have to make sure whatever you're using is completely clean. Otherwise, you're going to have to cover this up later. And you need to have some type of plan for edge control because this stuff will push out and go in other places. You don't want to push too hard because what you're going to end up doing is causing it to be very sheer in certain spots, and it's going to look, your application is going to be very uneven. Unfortunately, this little poppet doesn't fit this nail because most nails are not shaped like this, but it's good for what I need it for. And hold on one second, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this is what I wanted to show you with the spatula. When you cure it, it comes right off. Very clean. You can toss that in the trash. You just have to make sure that this doesn't have anything in it because it will cure in your brush. So you need to make sure that your brush is either protected from the light with the cover, or if you're going to set it down there without a cover, that there's nothing left behind, no residue, so you don't get it stuck in the brush hairs. And this will pop right off. You just kind of play with it, wiggle it back and forth. That's what these little things are here for. Wiggle it back and forth, and it's there. Like I said, if you don't have an edge control plan, you're going to have some issues. This can be cleaned up on a nail just by, you know, doing what you normally do with other gels or polishes. But it's going to be a little bit more finicky simply because this is a very sticky, dense substance. It doesn't play well with your fingers or a glove or anything, a brush for that matter. That slip solution does help, but you have to make sure again that it is fully, I don't know, I guess pressed down, pressed out, press that liquid out. That way you don't cause any bleeding of the color. And this is what happens when you do not cure properly. It does not cure at all. It'll come off with the poppet, and if it does not, you're going to have some situation. These clear colors, these more transparent colors do cure. And I am nearing the end of my 10 minutes on this part of the video, so I'll be right back. Well, I am certainly glad I ran out of time because I had a visitor and then my oldest daughter came home from school, but I feel like that was pretty much everything I needed to add. I just didn't get to actually make an exit before I ran out of time. That's pretty much it for Polygel. Now, I did want to do a quick comparison between Polygel and builder gel, because I had saw some comments regarding this maybe being just hard gel in a tube, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. This is a Chinese hard gel from another company that I use quite often, and you can see that the consistency is nothing alike. So this is definitely polygel. And even with hard gel, I do the same thing. If I get it on something I don't want to have to wipe it off of, I will cure it in the lamp, and then I can just wipe it clean with some alcohol if it has a tacky layer. Next week, I do plan on doing all of these pigments that you see here, and that's part of the reason that my workstation is such a mess. I was doing some dual videos today, trying to get things under control and get back on track with what I am doing. I am going to try to combine all of these pigments into the same video, because breaking them down just seems a little bit much. But that's why my workstation is as messy as it is. And keep in mind, I will go ahead and link every single item that I've used here in the description box. And if you sign in today to AliExpress, you are going to be eligible for a coupon off of your total purchase. What the exclusions are, I'm not quite sure of yet, but today until I think 8 days from now, that continues. That promotion continues. But yeah, $4 polygel. I mean, who can beat it? And this is absolutely, like I said, the same consistency as every other polygel that I have absolutely used. It's a little bit more sticky than Jealous's polygel, but for the price difference, it's definitely worth learning how to deal with the extra stickiness. It's not intense. It's not insane. Like, it doesn't make it impossible to work with. I don't like polygel from Jealous. I don't like polygel from what is this, Vrenmol? I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't like polygel from any brand. It's just not something I want to invest my time learning about or learning how to use. So next week, like I said, I'm going to be doing this video on these pigments, and I believe I'm going to be doing a comparison on a bio seaweed, what is it called? Artistic, I think it's Creative Artistic Gel dupe. I bought it at the nail show for $20 for one bottle, and I bought a dupe for $1.66, I believe it was. So I'm going to be doing that, I think, with these, or I'm going to be doing it with something else. As always, if there's anything that you want me to try, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And that's all. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good day.